So what's happening, people? It's me again, Courtney. I thought I'd just do a quick, I don't know, roundup or whatever on the MMA world at the moment. Um, October was quite a good month for MMA. There was a lot of events. There was UFC 120 in London, 121, Bellator, Deep, Strikeforce, M1, Ultimate Challenge. There was loads of events on, and it was a really good month. Unfortunately, I've not watched all of the events. I'm trying to get hold of, what is it, Sengoku and Deep, um, just to see the Japanese MMA. But it's all good. I love watching them guys one day. But anyway, all that's happened, and biggest piece of news probably is the UFC merger with the WEC, which is very good. Exciting times. Yeah, very exciting. But anyway, let me just first talk about a bit about UFC 120. Obviously, the main event was Michael Bisping versus Akiyama. I picked Bisping to win, and he did exactly how I thought he would by outpointing Akiyama. It was a good fight. It was a good slugfest. I thought Akiyama would use more of his judo and try and take Bisping down, but he didn't. Bisping stayed on the outside, and the world does best and is like a little, it's like a little annoying mosquito or gnat that just keeps going at you, or wasp or something. But fair play to him, he won. If Bisping sat down on his punches, or I think that's what you call it, he sit down on the punches, he would have some knockout power. He just seems to hit, and it's like he's doing not a full con, it's like he's doing a taekwondo match or something. It's like, pop, pop, kick, it doesn't seem like there's any power in his punches, really. But fair play to him, he's still there, he's still won, he's doing what he does best. Akiyama, and there's a lot of people saying that he should probably drop to welterweight. He probably could do it. He's 5'10". His frame looks smaller than the rest of the middleweights. Because if you looked at Tom, was it on that same card? What was the card before? Tom Lawler at UFC 121 looked like he dwarfed Patrick Coite. Tom Lawler's a big guy. But anyway, Akiyama probably can make welterweight. But I don't want to see another Japanese fight again, knocked out of the UFC again. Come on, man, do my head in. The Japanese guys are coming into the UFC, and I think, they're going to do something, and then they just get smacked the hell back. But anyway, there's still hope. But yeah, and that was the main event at UFC 120. Co-main event was Dan Hardy versus Carlos Condit. I picked Hardy to win, but wow, Carlos Condit, that's some good shit. He took Dan Hardy's mohawk off. I didn't see that happening, actually. I thought Dan Hardy would probably win by TKO, but no. Carlos Condit won by KO. If you look at if there's an animated GIF flying about, if you look, you'll see when they both go for the punch, Carlos Condit puts his hip into the punch as well. So when he swings around, he gets that power from his obviously going up his leg and his hip to his arm. Bang! Hardy, on the other hand, swings with his arm and just punches with his arm. That's why when it hits Condit, it doesn't do anything. It just knocks him back slightly. But yeah, congratulations, Carlos Condit. Personally, I think that he should be. There's rumours about he might be fighting Chris Lytle, and that would be a wicked fight. That would probably be a well-rounded MMA match if you ever did see one. There'll be striking, jits, wrestling, all in that fight. Probably fight of the night as well if it goes ahead. If not him, I think Condit should probably rematch Jake Shields. Jake Shields beat Carlos Condit. I think it was the Rumble on the Rock tournament. But yeah, I'll get to Jake Shields later. But yeah, congratulations, Carlos Condit. Also, other UK fighters on the card were Rob Broughton. Watch out for this guy at heavyweight. He's been on the UK scene a while. He's been on the M1 global team as well for the UK, for England, sorry. He's a good heavyweight. I hope so. Paul Sass, the Triangle, Don, Master, Guru, he won as well by a triangle. They both won on the night, so congrats to them. Who else won on the card? There's a few others, but I'll get to UFC. I forget that. I'll go on to UFC 121 because Cain Velasquez did what I said he would do and beat Brock Lesnar and put a halt to this whole hype train malarkey behind Brock Lesnar. And somebody's talking about Brocktober. What the hell is Brocktober? That can kiss my black ass. But Brocktober. No. Anyway, yeah, as I said before, Cain Velasquez is the Mexican, not the Mexicant, you know. He won like I thought he would. Brock Lesnar, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of Brock Lesnar. Respect what he's done. He's beat the people they put in front of him to become champion. But if you look at him as a fighter and the amount of fights he's had, he's had one fight before he got into the UFC. That was against a South Korean guy in K1. He wasn't very good anyway. He had a rubbish record. Brock beat him, step up 10 leagues and get into the UFC. He loses to Frank Mir, then beats Heath Herring, then gets a title shot. But he must have come into the division at the right time, got the title shot, beat Randy Couture, which I didn't think he'd do, beats Frank Mir again, beats Shane Carwin, and then comes against Cain Velasquez, and Velasquez puts him in his place. I think Lesnar needs to change camp because, you know, his skill set is, everything's down the middle with him. Everything's in a straight line. If you watch the way he fights, he's got a good jab, but everything's straight down the middle. He doesn't like angles. He doesn't move. He doesn't move well at all. He moves, coming forward, going straight, he moves well, but any other way, he doesn't move that well. I think he needs to probably change camp. Go from people saying yes Brock, going to needs to go somewhere like Extreme Couture, where they will look at his skill set and probably make him better. I think Brock's a big guy, but obviously he's got powerful hands. He could probably generate more power, but you know what I mean. He needs to develop. I don't think he's developed enough as a fighter, an MMA fighter, really. So I'm not going to say it's lucky that he got the belt, but you know, it is what it is. But anyway, he'll be back. I hope he gets to fight some more. I hope he gets some tough fights. Now he's not champ. Instead of the UFC treating him like royalty all the time. I heard there was talk about him fighting Roy Nelson. Well, he was saying he wanted to fight Roy Nelson. I think Roy Nelson will beat him, probably submit him actually. But yeah, that's Brock. Other fights on the card, Tito Ortiz versus Matt Hamill. I picked Matt Hamill to win. He won by decision. Ortiz there was part of the fight he looked like his old self, but then there was other parts I just thought, what the hell are you doing? When Matt Hamill had him pinned down, he couldn't get out from underneath him. That was just shocking. I was like, wow. But you know, to be honest, Matt Hamill looked like he could have won that fight at any time. He looked like he took it easy, basically. But anyway, congrats to Matt Hamill. Ortiz, I think you need to not get a harder camp, but go to a different gym, probably. Again, as like I said with Brock Lesnar, I think you should probably head somewhere and, you know, go and learn some different skills and get some different thinking into your game. But yeah, you should be back. As I said, the other fight on the card was Jake Shields versus Martin Kampmann. This fight was announced probably in June, August, so Jake Shields had more than enough time to, you know, acclimatise, get his body back into the welterweight frame and all that business there. No, not Jake Shields. No, he decides to cut 20 pounds in a day. How healthy is that? How professional is that? You're the strike force. Well, you've left the belt. You were the Strikeforce middleweight champion, the Elite XC welterweight champion. I thought you would have been a bit more professional and actually cut the weight properly. But no, you didn't. But I picked you to win anyway via smothering, you did. Campman probably should have done what Joe Rogan said, is when he shield had him against the cage, should have separated and tried to hit him. But basically Jake Shields did the same thing to Campman as what he did to Daly in Elite XC. Jake Shields, I don't think he should get a title shot. I think he should be fighting, even though I think he should be fighting someone like Condit or Fitch, although Fitch is meant to be fighting Jake Ellenberger, rumoured. But yeah, Jake Shields shouldn't get a title shot, not now. Or even Mike Pyle. He could rematch against Mike Pyle because he's already beat, he's beat Mike Pyle and he beat Carlos Condit as well, but they'll probably both want a rematch. They'll probably be up for that. But yeah, anyway, that's UFC 121. And Brendan Schwab versus Gabriel Gonzaga. Gonzaga loses, gets dropped by the UFC. If you see the fight, I don't know what Gonzaga was doing. You just look clueless, really slow, ploddy. It was rubbish, and Brendan Schwab just kept boxing him up basically. Patrick Cote got dropped as well. That's a bit unlucky really, but there you go. And now on to the good news. WEC, UFC merged. They come together finally. So we're gonna have the UFC. Well, we've got a UFC bantamweight champion and featherweight champion. Featherweight champion is Jose Aldo. Bantamweight champion is Dominic Cruz. Can you imagine a UFC pay-per-view with Jose Aldo or Uriah Faber, Miguel Torres, Dominic Cruz, Joseph Benavidez, Ben Henderson, all them guys on a UFC pay-per-view card? We don't get the WEC here in the UK, but they were going to be on the UFC now, so I'm excited. All those crappy fighters in the UFC, particularly at heavyweight, they're boring ass fighters. You better earn your money now. I'm telling you, these guys from the WEC will be coming to get your money, your cheddar. They'll be, trust me, these guys. The WEC, in my opinion, are slightly better fights than the UFC. The whole card, in general, the whole card, instead of, you know what I mean? So these guys coming onto the UFC cards, they'll be more exciting, a lot more exciting, more well-rounded, more MMA. And I think I've seen the lay and pray in the WEC. Lay and pray is part of MMA, but you know it isn't the be-all and end-all of MMA, I'm telling you. But I'm excited about that. I'm looking forward to seeing Jose Aldo smash a few more people. Ben Henderson, lightweight, I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. But yeah, Uriah Faber, Miguel Torres, who else is there? Cub Swanson. Oh, I can't remember the Japanese guy. What's his name? The guy that Uriah Faber's fighting next at the last WEC. There's loads of guys. So all those half-wit, not half-wit, them half-baked fighters in the UFC are just sitting there putting out these rubbish performances. You better start watching your ass, because these guys are coming for your money. Fighting the night, they'll be taking everything from you. They'll be taking your bread, your cheese, everything from you. Watch out. But anyway, check out a few websites that I've been looking at lately. Iron.com, MMApundit.com. I'm representing Leicester Shoot Fighters today. LeicesterMMA.co.uk. Check out my boy Jesse. MixedMartialMarketing.com for everything now. They've just had a big acquisition. Congrats. Who else? Check out MiddleEasy.com. That site is legendary. But check out all those sites and follow me on Twitter. Same username, chokewho. Rate, comment, thumbs up, thumbs down. Peace.